going to do. So we basically reverse code our company dummy, and we make it into company dummy 2. Okay, com D2 comedy. I'm still making very dry jokes. Okay, and now in our case we want 0 to be 1 and we want 1 to be 0. This is what I said, reverse coding. And okay, but well, now we have our new dummy code variable in which now 0 means solar company and 1 means oil company. But you have to be careful. After the dummy variable, we also have to recompute the interaction. Okay, so compute dom d2 dom d2. Okay, com d2, and now we can run the regression. Okay, so wait, I computed the wrong one. So not for high, but for in general. Okay, now it's correct. Now we can do the regression. We want dom d2 and centered femininity and the interaction, and let's see what will happen. Oh, okay, so you can see here within the, now we want to see the influence of femininity within the solar company, right? Okay, so we say for leaders who work for solar company, the influence of femininity on their perceived warmth is not significant. Well, it's wrong. Ugh. Oh yeah, the name is wrong, but yeah, okay. So the name is wrong, but we calculated the right way, okay? For leaders who work for a solar company, the influence of their personal femininity is not, on perceived warmth is not significant, okay? Yes. See, this is what we found for people who work for oil company. The influence of femininity on warmth is significant. And how would you interpret that? Well, with 1 unit increase of femininity, the leaders will be perceived as 0.22 points warmer. Okay, that's the coefficient here in the previous one. Yeah, never mind. And then in order to within the solar company, we found there is no significant influence of femininity for them. Okay, and then you report all the statistics. Okay. And what is question 13 to 15? We're going to run the same analysis in process, open process, and fill in the dialog using dummy code IV company and centered femininity. Which model should you use? Okay, we should use model 1 as here I suggested already. Okay, and then click and options and tick the box generate code for, oh yes, because we want to see the plots. Okay, so let's go to process. The Y should be worms as usual, and let's see, dummy coded IV company, so we use the first one, and our moderator will be centered femininity. model 1. I think I have a file about there is an issue when we use process to center our continuous moderator. Choose mean center, the process will automatically do contrast coding for any 2 level. Okay, we don't do this. All right, so we use the centered one. Options. We want to generate the code for visualizing interaction, and we want conditioning values. We want -1 SD and +1 SD. That's exactly what our spotlight analysis is about. And then we click on Johnson and measure output, Johnson and Neyman output. Then we click on OK. Error. You have specified an M variable in a model that does not. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So moderators are W and Z in model 1, 2, and 3. So we put. Apparently, I put it in the wrong place. It should be here. Okay. All right, people. Here is what we found. How should we read this table? Okay, so first of all, this is as usual the model description. So we know it's model 1 and we know our X, Y, and moderator. And then here is the regression. Our DV is warmth, and we have a dummy coding company, and then femininity centered, and then we have their interaction. Okay, and this is exactly the same, right, as what we just saw in our normal regression. And here comes our conditional effects, which is our spotlight analysis. So for -1.7743, is this number ringing a bell in your mind? Exactly, this is a -1 SD. Okay, so for basically this means for people who are in a low level of femininity, the influence of company is significant. But for people who are 1 SD above, so who are in a high femininity, the influence of company is not significant. So this is the same with what we have seen in our regressions. And if you look at the Johnson-Mayer output, this part basically, the Johnson-Mayer output part is telling you when the effect will flip, when the effect of your company on your DV will flip, depending on the level of femininity. So we can see, okay, if we mean centered our mean femininity, this is the lowest level in our data set. For a lowest level of femininity, the significance of your company, the influencer of your company on DV is significant. Until when this is the turning point, okay. So until when your femininity is about 1.21, then the influence of your company on DV warmth is marginal. And after that, when it's 1.30, it turns out to be insignificant. So the output of Johnson-Neyman is telling you the turning point of your categorical variables influence on your DV. All right? Okay. So how can we see the data in our visually? So you have to double click on here, and then this is the coding, the syntax for us to do it visually. Okay, then you copy this syntax and paste it in your syntax. See, now it becomes coding, and then you run them, and then you get this. Okay, so for 0 level, now we have oil company. For the 1 level, now we have solar company. And then you double click on it. I normally like to change something. Okay, so the minimum warmth, I don't know, let's change it into 1 and 7 and see. Okay, this is it, and then we change. I don't like the the dots, and I want to change it to no. Yes, I want this. Oh, it doesn't change. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it's changing to two line, and this is a low level and this is a high level. Okay, so basically, according to our all the analysis results, we can say, okay, so for the red line, it's our solar company, right? You can see this line is flat. What does it mean? So with the increase of femininity within the company, solar company, there is no difference. Okay, within the solar company, no matter how much your femininity increase, it doesn't influence people's perceived warmth anyway. However, for people who work in a oil company, with each unit increase of your femininity, there will be an increase in your warmth. Alright? And also, for a low level of femininity, when you compare this dot and this dot, they are both at a low level of femininity, right? If you are working in a solar company, your perceived warmth is higher than when you are working for an oil company. Okay. However, for people who have a very high femininity, if you're working in a solar company, well, it's slightly higher the warmth than when you're working for an oil company. But according to our analysis, this difference is not significant. Okay. Oh. Yes. Exactly, this is what we got. And oh, so yes, basically this is within the company level, and you can see whether the slope is the influence of femininity, whether the slopes are significant. Okay, basically that's what I have today. So today we learned how to analyze the moderation effect of a continuous moderator, and we know the coding means a lot, and coding differently means you should interpret your results differently. And we know for spotlight analysis, if we use Jones and Neyman, we can see the turning point when your influence of your categorical variable will be insignificant. All right, Vincent, that's all for today, and I don't know what will happen, but we will follow the measures of the governments and then RIVM and Hey Day, and let's see what will happen in the coming month. And for sure, you will take your exam somewhere in the future. And I wish you all good luck, and probably see you in the future. All right, bye.